Good morning, everyone. Hi, I am back home. Yay. I had a great trip, but the travel part was a little bit crazy. So it's good to see you all. And I have lots of lessons learned from traveling, and I will do a separate video probably after my daily recap today. Lots of lessons that I learned traveling and trading. So stay tuned for that. Okay. So I didn't trade yesterday, and I did see that Ross Cameron posted a video about a market outage. So it sounds like Thinkorswim was affected. I'm not sure. Hold on, I'm having some volume issues. So let me, getting a little bit of kickback here. Let me just lower the volume. All right. So I wonder if that affected anyone that was trading yesterday. Oh, oh, thanks, TJ. Thank you, TJ. Yeah, I think it speaks to the fact that people want to learn trading and they like watching someone struggle through it. I'm glad my suffering is entertaining you all, but I do think that it's really helpful to see someone at my level stumbling through it, figuring it out, and and I hope that resonates with a lot of you, because I do find it comforting when I hear about the things that you guys are going through. It really helps me a lot. Yeah, I'm super excited to have 100 people. Yay, we're like a little community now. um, who is, I think it's one of my viewers, OV, says Team Raven, woohoo. So I'm super excited about that. And I hope we do grow, because the more people that are here, the more input we can all get on different things. I've learned so much from you guys already. Honestly, very appreciative. But if I have a question, I'm sure other people have the same question, right? I mean, trading is not easy. It's like really hard. And I like that, but it's also very challenging. Um, so yeah, I don't know if anyone was affected by the outage yesterday. I was on a flight, and now I'm pretty sure that I have 2 trips already scheduled before the end of the year. I do travel more than that usually, but now going forward, I will probably change the way I schedule my travel around my trading, and I will, like I said, talk about that in my video later on today. All right, let's see. Things are already popping up pre-market. So let's see. SKYQ. I think I traded this a while ago. So some of you have seen my change with my charts. I've changed it yet again. This is an ongoing process of refinement, trying to figure out what works for me. And I'm actually trading on my travel station this morning. I'll talk about that in my travel video too. All right, and I took the MACD off my 1-minute chart, experimenting with that. So SKYQ, let's see what's going on here. Okay, it is popping up. Sky Quarry issues request for proposals to accelerate development of 180 million barrel PR. So a request for proposals isn't actually something happen. I mean, it is. They issue a request for proposal, but they haven't actually done a thing yet. They're asking for people to submit proposals to them. I used to do government contracting in my former life, so I would issue requests for proposals. Oh, wow. Thanks for that feedback, TJ. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing videos and things that I'm learning about and discovering, so hopefully it'll help you guys too. So looking at SKYQ, okay, so let's look at the stock selection, the float. The relative volume is still low though, and I am focusing a lot on that. Yeah, so it's continuation from yesterday, right? So let's see. So maybe they did that yesterday too as well. Okay. And I don't do well sometimes on the second day, but this does look like new news though, right? Or did it pop up yesterday with other news? Request for proposals to accelerate development. Like I said, that's not exactly a thing yet. Okay. So it looks like they're willing to lay out money for something. But here VWAP. So I'm simplifying my chart. I'm experimenting with removing different things. I had a lot of things on my charts to start. Oh yeah, you can see that I traded SKYQ. When was this? Back in April. Okay. Oh, I guess earlier April. And I'm sort of experimenting with what I look at. I'm trying to get to the essential elements that fit my strategy. So I would have looked for a bull flag pullback, which is the main setup that I'm going to focus on this week, because my goal this week is to work on my exit strategies. Well, on all my trades, but specifically bull flag pullbacks. But now the price is below VWAP. And I've been also doing some reading. One of the things that was great about traveling was that I finished rereading Day Trading for a Living by Andrew Aziz. I'm going to do some book reviews on different trading books or books that are helping me with trading. VWAP seems to be a hard indicator across the board, across many strategies. So again, if you're above VWAP, the bulls are in charge. If you're below VWAP, the bears are in charge. So it pops up, dips below VWAP, besides the fact that the relative volume is too low for me. So that's one of my, I think it might have been HG asked me a week ago or 2 weeks ago, like what indicators, what criteria am I like more fluid on? And I'm still figuring that out, right? So this is me kind of experimenting. I'm experimenting taking MACD off my chart. That scares me a little bit because I've really been very adamant about MACD, but I'm noticing that sometimes there are trades that I would take, but the MACD is red. I don't know, I may add it back, but I'm going to experiment with not looking at it for a day or two. This is like scary when I take an indicator off my chart. Okay, so I have my 5-minute chart here in this corner, my daily chart. I had experimented with taking those off the table as well, but I'm going to put them back on for multi-time frame alignment. Okay, so I've got my daily chart, my 5-minute chart. However, I really simplified my indicators. On my 5-minute chart, I just have the VWAP and 9 EMA. On the daily chart, I just have the 200 simple moving average. And if you're curious about some of the indicators, I've already done some videos on them, and you can find them in the Day Trading Fundamentals section, that playlist. And again, I'm a new trader, so I'm just explaining these things at the absolute beginner level, and I pick videos that I want to learn more about that topic. So then I do a deep dive, I do more research, and by researching the video and doing the video, it helps me learn as well. And so now it's below the 9 EMA, but it really didn't have the volume, right? I mean, the volume pulled back. I just want to say I'm super happy to be home. I love traveling, but I think I'm a little traveled out. I've been on so many trips this winter and I'm a little bit traveled out. So it feels really good to be home. All right, so now it's popping back up, but let's see what's going on with volume. Still not at the five times the 50-day average. It's more than 2, but not more than 5. So let's see. Yeah, like I said, I'm experimenting. I also am trying to do some cleanup on my laptop to see if I can optimize performance. I'm not exactly a technology genius. I'm 55. But using AI, I have a list of things to go through, and I already did some of them to try to get everything off my laptop that is not needed for the things that I do. And trading is one of them, right? So I want to optimize it for performance. So we'll see if that makes a difference. I feel like I'm sure some of you have seen the movie Formula One, and a friend sent me a clip of this scene the other day. I should put it in my videos. It's like the scene where Brad Pitt is like, if we have 1% from you and 1% from you and 1% from you, then we're going to get ahead. And I feel like that's where I'm at with trading right now. If I take 1% here and 1% here and 1% here and learn a little bit about this setup and learn a little bit about this indicator and optimize my laptop performance, maybe that's going to push me a little bit ahead. I'm trying to get 1% ahead in terms of my process every day. Of course, the number one goal is to make money, but I am focused on doing that through process improvement. That's my strategy for improving my trading. So, you know, I'm a real big believer in Kaizen. It was really popular when I went to business school in the early 2000s. Like, it's continuous incremental improvement. But honestly, that concept has stuck with me all these years. And that is my strategy for improving my trading. Continuous incremental improvement. So I do look at everything. I'm trying to optimize my laptop, optimize my trading station, optimize my travel trading, like a little bit here, a little bit there, and try to push the needle forward a little bit every day. I'm looking at the top gainer scanner. I don't see anything there. I'm wondering if people are taking a back seat because of the market outage yesterday. I haven't experienced something like that, but that sounds really scary, and it sounds like it didn't affect every broker. I don't know if it affected Thinkorswim. Let's see. Did the market outage affect Thinkorswim? Because I was, on a flight yesterday, coming back I had a layover in Frankfurt, Germany. It said Thinkorswim did experience, excuse me, I feel like I'm still dehydrated from the flight. Experienced technical issues with its desktop platform causing login problems, and the web and mobile apps remained functional. Okay, so there were some issues with logins and issues with order execution, but Schwab reported that the technical problems with the desktop application were resolved promptly. I mean, that's the nice thing about going with a really big institutional broker. They have lots of people on a problem when it happens. All right, SKYQ, let's see if the volume's going up. It is. The relative volume is at 3.5 times its 50-day average. I mean, I think this is pretty good news. It's not amazing news, right? But issuing a request for proposal means that they are growing their business, I think. They're seeking production opportunities to accelerate the development of commercialization of its 180 million barrel oil sands resource at its fully permitted. So, I mean, that just shows that they're doing things as a business, right? Request for proposals. So I guess that's pretty decent news. All right, so it's still that's really all I'm seeing on the scanner. I see GCTK, but it doesn't seem to have breaking news. Let's see. GCTK. Okay. GCTK. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. What's this? Does it have any news here? No, just says it increased percentage-wise yesterday. So, wow, I don't see much. I'm wondering if people are going to be really cautious because of the problems on the internet yesterday. So today might be a bit of a sleepy day. I don't know. And that's okay, you know. That's more time watching the charts, learning, analyzing our data. I'm back home, so I have my rooibos chai. I was so sad traveling. One hotel had rooibos. No, two hotels had rooibos, but it was like trying to get the right combination of the rooibos, the soy milk, and, you know, thought about bringing tea with me. I'm such like a tea-aholic, but I'm caffeine free now though, so that's part of the problem. I have to have a herbal tea. All right, SKYQ. The relative volume's creeping up. I think that is one of the criteria that I am going to be really strict about. Well, all the criteria for stock selection, and I follow Ross Cameron's 5 pillars, right? When it comes to small cap stocks, I'm doing low float, under 20 million, relative volume 5 times its 50-day average, the price gapping out more than 10% over the previous day's close, price between $1 and $20, and mostly 1 in 10. So I have enough funds to trade for the whole day because right now I'm using a cash account. And although that'll change in June, right? And then a news catalyst. So those I'm being really strict on. But the indicators, like I took the 20 EMA off my charts. MACD, I'm kind of experimenting with. I'm looking at the less is more approach. You know, I'm just a minimalist in my everyday life, and I found that I was getting too overwhelmed with everything, all the indicators, too many things in trading, and I'm really trying to find out what the essential elements are that meet my strategy. I experimented with taking and just looking at the 1-minute chart, and I did well with that, but I don't know, I wanted to see windows and gaps on the daily chart, potential areas of resistance, and on the 5-minute chart, I like seeing the multi-time frame alignment. So I'm considering getting a 3rd monitor. Well, I have my laptop and 1 external monitor, so I guess I'm considering getting a 2nd external monitor. I don't know, I don't know, do I need it? That's where I'm kind of, so if I simplify things enough, I might not need it. That's where I'm kind of thinking. Because the idea of traveling with another monitor, my backpack, I'm strong. I lift every day. I'm a former amateur athlete. I'm not a weakling, but the backpack is already pretty heavy. And I'm just like, do I want to add another? I mean, it is like wearing a weight vest. I guess that's the upside, right? I'm like rucking. Is that what they call it in the military? I'm rucking with my backpack. All right, SAGT popped up. Yay. All right, we have another thing to look at. SAGT. This is something that I think a lot of traders have to battle, is that urge to be doing something every second, which leads to, I think, over trading, right? Okay, so, and I have to battle that urge too. I don't like to be bored. I like a slower pace in life, which you wouldn't think, considering I like day trading. But I like to do it on my terms. Oh my God, I'm having such a bad hair day, guys. All right, so SAGT does have breaking news. Record revenue, that's great news. Okay, I like that news. The float's under 20 million, the relative volume, the gap, everything looks good. Okay, but there's this real big topping tail here at high of day. This would be high of day. Whoops. Why is my little price thingy not working? I always like to set my little horizontal price levels. Okay. There we go. It's pulling back, but look at the volume. Okay, so the volume's going up, so it's going up. All right, so this is no longer high of day. I'm going to look for a real bull flag pullback. This has better news than SKYQ because this is something that has actually happened, whereas SKYQ is their news is forward facing. It's like they're issued a request for proposal. That happened. That's an actual thing, but they're kind of saying something's going to happen. That's what a request for proposal says. But on the, let's see, SAGT. Oh, I got to make sure all my things. So I've been practicing with hotkeys, okay? And I had a screw up my last trading day on the hotkeys. I did trade on Monday, even though I couldn't live stream. So I'm just checking my hotkeys. I changed them to be more efficient. So hopefully I can do this correctly today. I accidentally hit the buy button twice the other day instead of the buy and the sell. That was a little bit of a mess. All right, so now we're getting a pullback here. The volume is decreasing, but it dropped below VWAP. So I won't get in unless it's trading above, the price is above VWAP. So the top of the low candle here is right at VWAP. So let me remove this. So this is now the low candle, right? This is the high of day and the high of the move. And it looks like it's going to tap the 9 EMA. How much time do we have left? We're halfway through the 1 minute candle. So, I mean, this is a potential bull flag pullback. I just have to remember to be clicked into the active trader window when I use the hotkeys. Otherwise, they won't work. And I find that really annoying, which is why I tried to switch to the buttons here, the radio buttons, and that was slowing me down. So I'm going back to hotkeys. But let's see how this works. This is the low, but see, it's below VWAP. So that's not going to work for me. Yeah, this won't work for me. I'm going to wait for it to be trading above VWAP. So it is breaking out, but and this would be the low. I don't know. I probably could have taken this, but I just don't like that it's, see where it's like sort of hesitating above and below VWAP. I don't like that. So I'm gonna wait and see if it makes another leg up for a second pullback. And then I will consider getting in. Because right now, look at this, it's like fighting right around VWAP, and that's such a solid indicator. And that's why I've read a lot of trading books last year, and to be honest, I didn't really understand a lot of it. I was just flying blind. So I'm rereading those books, and I will be doing reviews on them, and rereading Andrew Aziz's book, Day Trading for a Living. I feel like when I see commonalities between different trading books, those are the things I should look for, right? Because those are the things that everyone is looking at. And VWAP, everyone says, look at VWAP so far. And see, it is kind of fighting here right at VWAP. Now, I guess I could look for a break of VWAP setup, but I am really trying to focus on just a few setups because I really want to, I really want to get good at just a few setups. And I realize I'm going to miss opportunities because of that. But I sometimes tend to be like too general in things, and I'm going to be really specific. Since this week my goal over on Substack is working on my exit strategies on the upside. When the price is dropping, my exit strategy is I have a stop, right? But now I'm glad I didn't get in because yes, it did break above VWAP temporarily, and the volume went up, the volume bar went up, and I took MACD off my chart, guys, today to sort of experiment with it, because what I'm beginning to realize is that certain indicators are better for certain setups. And if I'm looking for very specific setups, then I only need those indicators. And I'm questioning if for the very few setups that I'm doing, which is bull flag pullback, micro pullback, and flat top breakout right now, unless something's really obvious, like a whole $0.50, I'm trying to only look at the indicators that I need for that setup. So, and honestly, I'm not even feeling like trading a micro pullback today. I just really want to focus on flat top breakouts and bull flag pullbacks. Especially since my goal is like the exit strategies on the upside. So I have a list of exit strategies and exit indicators. I guess you could call it exit indicators. And on Monday, I used price hesitation to sell on, I had 2 trades. Of course, I couldn't live stream from the airport. I'll put all of that in my travel trading recap later after my daily recap. Travel trading is an eye-opening experience. It really makes you question, like, it made me question, am I doing the right things? Because you can only do so much. Okay, so now it's popping up above VWAP. So now I'm looking for another, so would this be an ABCD pattern? Which is something that I have been unsuccessful at trading on. Everyone says it's so easy, and I've been really unsuccessful. Would you call this 1, 2, an ABCD pattern? I feel like I just can't see it, and that makes me feel stupid, but I can't see it. Like, I really can't see it. So I'm hoping that eventually I will be able to see it. Okay, so this is another potential leg up, maybe going for a high of day. But I would look for a bull flag pullback. I mean, if I see a micro pullback that is like so obvious, I am not going to have my my 10-second chart on the display here. It was too cluttered, but I'm going to keep it over here on my other monitor. So I'm going to put, what ticker is this? SAGT. And I'm going to put my 10-second chart over there. And again, my 10-second chart is very cluttered, so, but we'll see. Let's take a look at SKYQ again. Okay, it's just, wow, look at that. It's just like right below VWAP. Kind of the 9 EMA is running right along it. So why did I take MACD off my 1-minute chart? Well, I'm trading like a really like low float, small cap stocks that move fast, and the MACD is a more lagging indicator. So it sounds like it would be appropriate for trading off the 5-minute chart or swing trading, but for what I'm doing, it's not that I wouldn't use it. I'm experimenting with not using it. I'm not making any hard or fast rules, guys. I'm a new trader too. I'm learning. I'm learning in public, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm learning in public at the age of 55. So, you know, I'm trying this. I'm going to just throw things at the wall and see what sticks, because another thing that I keep hearing experienced traders say is that you do eventually have to develop your own strategy. You start off kind of following someone's strategy, but some things work for you and some things don't. There's no magic formula. There's no one perfect solution. There are many paths to the top of the mountain, right? So I'm starting off, I took Warrior Trading's classes. I love Ross Cameron. I watch his recaps every day. He's awesome. But maybe everything he does isn't going to be a perfect fit for me because I'm a different person. I see different things. So I've been doing this for a little over a year, and now I'm starting to question, like, like ABCD, I can't see it. I don't know. I just can't see it. So maybe that's not the setup for me. Maybe I should build my trading game on my strengths. Of course, any fundamentals that are weaknesses, I need to shore up 100%, right? I should absolutely fix any fundamental weaknesses. But all right, now SAGT is below VWAP again. I'm a little disappointed because I thought this was really great news. Like, you know, it sounded like good news. Fourth quarter earnings. Let's see. This is the thing about the market that does baffle me sometimes. Yeah, their fourth quarter earnings look, let's see. Now that's not making sense. Let's see. So it says it went up. Maybe I've got my math wrong. 49%. Did the earnings go up or down? Huh. This chart is confusing me. Okay, wait a minute. 2025. Oh, no. Okay, so it is good. Okay. See, this was a little bit confusing for me. Here, I'll show you. Whoops. Let me take that off here. Because the columns aren't lining up. So this is 2025. This is 2024. It went up quite a bit, okay, from total revenue from 12 million to 19 million. Okay, so that is good news. So I am a little bit surprised. Let's see. I used to use trend lines a lot. I stopped using them, but I'm open to trying anything. Oh, let me check out the ABCD pattern on GCTK. See, I feel like I don't see it. At least, do you mean here? Here? No. I feel so stupid about the ABCD pattern because the way that, I took all Ross Cameron's classes. I took his fundamental class. I did it like 4 times. And the advanced course, I'm on my second pass through the first half of it. I've still got like 25% of the class left. And this is one that I just can't see. So it has to go up, pull back less than it went up. So with this right here, A, B. See, that's where I don't know why I can't see it. It's like this weird mental block. I'm going to have to really, I'm going to have to do a video on the ABCD setup and really dial in on that because it's annoying me that I struggle to see it. Tori Trades, I'll check her out because I have used trend lines in the past, but like I said, I'm trying things. Some things I'm letting go, some things I'm bringing back. I'm kind of playing with it. At this point, I'm really trying to simplify. So I often use horizontal price levels instead of trend lines. I was using trend lines for a while, and that was helpful so that I could see the trend. but I've started using horizontal price action more than trend lines. Yeah, I know. TJ, I feel so dumb admitting this like on YouTube, but yeah, like, so it goes up to A, down to B, up to C, and sells on D. Yeah, I'm struggling with that one. I'll have to revisit it. I remember when I was doing that segment in Warrior Trading's class, I'm like, I see it, like intellectually, I see it on the chart, but for some reason, it's not kicking in. I'm a really slow learner, but when I get something, I get it. And that's something I haven't got yet. Once I get it, I know I'll get it. I'll be like, oh, okay, this makes sense. I've internalized it. But I am a slow learner. Now GCTK is popping back up above the 9 EMA, but I don't see news. So I won't trade this one. That's one of my hard rules. Well, I have traded stock without news, but there has to be a really good reason. And I don't see a really good reason here. You can change your time frames 1 minute through. This will help see it clearly. Okay, like is it easier to see on the 5 minute? Like, okay, if I pull this down. So here, okay, so here we've got, it goes up to A, down to B, up to C. Would that be on the 5 minute? That would be the ABC. You guys are ahead of me on that. I know GCTK looks good. It just, why? It doesn't have news, and I don't know. Looks like it's kind of consolidating sideways. And the volume, look, the volume on the 5 minute has gone way down. So I guess this is, see, what I see here is more of a flat top breakout. Okay, at high of day. That's what I'm seeing there at $1.25. So I know that sometimes two patterns can be true at the same time. When I look at this chart, I see a potential flat top breakout at 125 from 6 a.m. to 6:35 a.m. Right here. Okay. Or on this chart, yep, 6. Right here? Down here, but it's below VWAP. So would you, oh, wait, we have something else popping up, guys. Kids. I feel like this has been on the charts a lot lately, but the volume is really low. Did I trade this recently? KIDZ. I think this keeps popping up. I did. I've traded it recently. Now, seems like recycled news, and I could be, I feel like this is recycled news. Classover and Harvard incubated Marbella AI announced strategic partnership to advance AI education. Isn't this the same news they've had over and over? So GCTK. Oh, okay. Okay. You're an hour different than me. My time zones have been so screwed up lately. I was in Prague for like 5 or 6 days, but my layovers, and So my internal clock is extremely screwed up right now. Yeah, so okay, so GCTK, let's go back. Oh, see, now it's breaking out over that level. It tapped 125, it tapped 125, and now it's really testing 125. So that's where I see. Oh, okay, so if you're an hour behind me, this is the ABCD pattern right here. A, B, or is this it right here? This section right here? See, I see a flat top breakout here, and I do like trading flat top breakouts. Okay, yes, I got it, finally. Woohoo! It's trading is not easy. Like, I mean, and doing this in public, sometimes I feel really dumb, but I don't know what I don't know, right? I'm learning too. I wish I had started the channel sooner though. And I know I would have known even less. But you got to like take your ego out of it. The 30-second shows it more clearly. Okay. So you use the 30-second. I use the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the daily, and I'm experimenting with the 10-second for micro pullbacks. I haven't looked at the 30-second. Let's see. I don't have that set up on here. I'm curious. Do you tailor your time frame to the setups that you're looking at? Okay, SAGT is making its move. I think this one has potential. I'm looking at the daily chart. There's a window up to 345 and one up to 624. So I think SAGT, except this topping tail does not give me a lot of confidence. Ew. Yeah, learning, and we're sharing, right? I'm not really teaching because I'm still learning. I'm new, but I'm sharing my journey, right? I'm sharing what I'm doing. Maybe I'm right some days, maybe I'm wrong. And then, over time, hopefully I will get better. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like this topping tail because, yeah, I'm still on my journey. And I'm sure even experienced traders are still on a journey too. You can always get better at something. I'm a big believer in the learning process. So let's see. We have high of day at at $2.49. Let me see. I can't see the sellers and the buyers very clearly. I'm going to have to adjust this. I like to see the bid and the ask more clearly. Level 2 is like so important. Trying to figure out how to do this with limited real estate. Okay, so I'm actually trading on my trading station right now. Look at this. Lots of movement on the level 2, right? I don't need to see these. I mean, I can probably make this column smaller. There we go. Oh, okay. You tailor the time frame. I'm going to make a note about that. Let's see. I've always got my little notebook here. Tailor. Because that way I won't forget when I do my recap later. GCTK. Well, it's testing this 125 level, which, because it's such a small price, right? Let me just check SAGT. Okay, so now there's a pullback, a clear pullback on SAGT, but I don't like the topping tail. So this would be the top of the low candle. Where are we at? We're halfway through the candle. I don't know. So if I look at the profit loss ratio on this, it's 7 cents of target profit and 9 cents of loss. I'm looking for a 1-to-1. I mean, I'm eyeballing it, and this is a little bit less than this. I don't like that. I want like a 1-to-1 potential profit. So I'm not going to move on this one. I'm going to sit it out, even though it looks like it's going for it, for the breakout. But I could be wrong. I think it's going to test this high of day level. It might go through it. Yep, there it goes. But I'm trying to make sure that on my bull flag pullbacks, my profit loss ratio before I get in the trade is at least 1-to-1. That's what I'm looking for. And I felt like this $2.50, this $0.50 is definitely, it tapped it about here, it tapped it here. I knew this was like a point of resistance, so I didn't feel like the profit loss ratio was really supporting it. And I'm glad I didn't get in because it didn't. I'm developing a checklist to have up before I trade. I've added, actually I have to check. Is it easy to borrow? Okay, hard to borrow. That was one of the things I'm supposed to check before I trade. If it's easy to borrow, hard to borrow. Let's see, what else is on my list, my checklist right now? And this is, of course, a living document. I will continue to add to it and modify it. So it tested that $2.50 level again. Let's see. Trying to find my checklist. So it did pop up to the target price, but I just didn't like the profit loss ratio on that 1-to-1. Okay, so some things on my checklist. Of course, I have the stock selection criteria, which SAGT meets. Other criteria: easy to borrow, hard to borrow. It's hard to borrow. Prices above VWAP. I'm looking at the volume bars, total volume. I want the total volume to be more than 500,000. Why isn't this showing the total volume? Okay, 13 million. So that meets my criteria for total volume. And then of course, no big sellers on the level 2, and I want to see green on the time and sales. So, all right, let's clean this up. I'm going into consolidation, going to go down to test $1. Do you short stocks? Let's see. So it pulled back again. So this, some people, I would consider this a false breakout right here. I think it was testing this $0.50 level. This is where I think I could make a justification for a break of the $0.50 setup, because it keeps testing that level. It's above the 200 simple moving average. Let's see. It's above the 200 simple moving average. I mean, I guess, no, I'm too scared. Yeah, me too. I don't, that sounds terrifying. Unlimited loss. I mean, I don't know. That just sounds crazy. But if people short stock successfully, then I'm impressed. I'm just too scared to do that. I don't see myself ever shorting stock. I think it's helpful to understand how it works, to understand how shorts are affecting the market. All right, look, it's testing that level again. I think this is a potential break of the whole dollar. I mean, half dollar. But I want to see the volume is increasing. I'm going to no, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, I'm getting out because I was using the half dollar as my stop. And when it hit the half dollar, I just, yeah. I saw price hesitation and yeah, I thought that's what I thought. I thought it was going to go up to maybe 299, but it didn't. Now it looks like it's making another run for it, but the volume bar looks kind of low here. So, um, yeah. So let's see, my first trade was a break of half dollar. I think I waited too long to sell, to be honest. Now, yeah, I don't know. This doesn't feel right. Let's see. Yeah, I really thought, so now this looks like a pullback, maybe a micro pullback, but look at the 15-minute chart and mark the top wicks of the past days it spiked up. Oh, that's at the 15-minute chart. Okay, I don't have that one on my thing right now. Look at the I'm going to have to go back and read this chat more in detail, TJ, because you're giving me a lot of good tips. Looking at time frames that I don't normally look at. So this looked like a pullback, like a micro pullback, not really a bull flag pullback. I don't know. Things are getting messy on this. And I'm going to put my stop was at, yeah, I'm not loving it. Okay, so yeah, I thought SAGT, I was hoping it would make a break for $2.99, $3. Didn't do it. Rejected. I mean, now it's above 250, right? But relative volume is through the roof. And people are still looking at GCTK. Whoops, why can't I? Should I remove this? Remove. People are still looking at GCTK, but to me this looks like, you know, it's below the 9 EMA and it's heading towards a VWAP. Kids below VWAP, I'm just going to take that off. SKYQ below VWAP, I'm just going to take that off. I think GCTK, this has been really interesting to watch, especially with you guys. Pull back to 231, then spike up to test 299. Okay, that's no, why specifically 231? I'm seeing it tap the 9 EMA. 230, oh, because of VWAP. Right. Yeah. Possibly. Like right now, we've got a bull flag here. So this would be 265 would be the top. Whoops. And the top of the low candle is here. This is an acceptable profit loss ratio for me. If it just taps that 9 EMA and hits 253 to 265, I would get more than 10 cents a share. That's, to me, that sounds good to me. But I think this is the low candle now. Well, we're halfway through the candle. So, and I would have to see confirmation on the volume bar as well. So yeah, you could be right, TJ. Like if it pulls all the way back to VWAP and then tries to make another run up for 299. Up, now it's below the 9 EMA. All right, so now this is the low candle right here. And eyeballing it, that's an acceptable profit loss ratio. My target price is more than my stop. So it would have to go over 251. There's that $0.50 again, right? It would have to go over 251. Let's see. I don't see any big sellers on the ask. Still pulling back. Oh, I think it might pop above 250. But I would look for confirmation on the volume bar. It's really hesitating, huh? Because now this is the low candle right here. The entry is about the same, a little about the same. But the volume is pulling back for sure. Just gonna make sure with hotkeys that I'm in the active trader window. I find that really annoying. All right, so now this is the low candle. Oh, there we go. Looks like it might be moving up. Yep. So my target would be 265 and my stop is 240. But I'm looking for exit indicators on the upside. Like price hesitation, like, oh, Yeah, that's price hesitation for sure. Should I give it a little bit of room to work? Because it hasn't hit my stop. And it's hovering right around that $2.50 mark. This feels like a break of the $0.50. Oh no. But it hasn't hit my stop yet. Do I give it room to work? Because this volume candle, yeah, it's almost at my stop. Yep, I had to get out. Okay. Okay, 2 red trades. Boo. Boo. 2 red trades. My max daily loss is 150. So I'm down $97. Watch MACD to go oversold and then look for the spike. MACD is still red. Yeah, I took it off my chart because I wasn't sure if it was noise because it's a more lagging indicator. But in this case, I think I got burned. So let's see. What I'm going to do is after today, when I analyze my trades for my recap, I'm going to look at the MACD after the fact. Okay, good luck, TJ. My kids are grown now. All right. So, yeah. So, all right, 2 red trades. If I have a 3rd red trade, there's a possibility that I'm out for the day, in which case I'll just flip to paper trading and paper trade for the rest of the morning. But I'm not going to blow up my account. Revenge trading, over trading, I'm not doing it. It's not happening, folks. AXIL. Ooh, this looks like good news. Expanded partnership with Walmart. This looks good. Let's take a look at AXIL. Okay. AXIL. Says good news. It meets my criteria for stock selection. Let's see. It's hard to borrow on Thinkorswim. We're looking at total volume. The total volume is not above 500,000 yet. So I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to wait till the total volume. It's climbing fast though. Its relative volume is more than 5 times the 50-day average. It's 1 billion, 1.5 billion. Oh my God. So this might be one where I should look for micro pullbacks because this is running up. Let's see. Because I don't see a bull flag pullback yet. So I'm going to look for micro pullback. Oh, wait, there we go. Yep. All right. So this is the top of the move, but the price is below VWAP. So SAGT is not done. All right. I think so. I think so. I think you're right on that. But GCTK didn't have news, so I'm going to take that one off. That was an interesting case study, though, because it's so interesting to hear how other people are trading these stocks. Wow, look at this. AXIL. So now the volume is over 500,000. Wow, it's like over 1 million now. It just went crazy. SAGT. SAGT is like jealous. Like, wait, don't go. Don't look at AXIL. I'll go up. Look, you've already burned me twice. Yeah. AXIL. Let's see what's going on here. This looks like a level of resistance. Let's go over to the daily chart. Oh, look at this. On the daily chart, it tapped that area here and here. So that is definitely a point of resistance, right? This $10.25, look, back in August and December. So it's adding products to Walmart. That's good news, definitely. It's pulling back here on the 1 minute. This is now the low candle. And let's see, I was looking at the 10-second briefly, thinking I might get a micro pullback on its run up, but okay, now this is the low candle, and now it's below VWAP. So I'm not trading it unless it goes above VWAP. And I do think that this right here, 1028, is resistance, because on the daily chart, it tapped that level multiple times. So I don't know. I mean, could I get one good pullback out of it? I'm 0 for 2 this morning. So I don't know. Maybe I've changed too many things on my charts lately. Like I've been trying too many things. Am I doing that thing that new traders do that think if they keep trying something different, it will make them an amazing trader? I mean, I'm experimenting. I'm trying to adapt. I'm trying to evolve. All right, so now this is the low candle, but it's below VWAP, so that's no go for me. And that's a great profit loss ratio, but it would have to break not just above the low of the last candle, but it would have to break above VWAP, and I would want to see, looks like things are slowing down a lot. It looks like it could break out over this level. That's good news. I mean, you put something on Walmart.com, they're one of the largest retailers in the world, right? If not the largest. That's like good, but so it would have to break this level here, 923, and then there we go. I had to get out. I hit my max loss. Oh, shoot. I accidentally hit buy, and then it didn't catch my order. You're watching a real poop show. Well, that was bad. Well, that was bad live. I did the same mistake I did the other day. I accidentally hit the buy button and then it just dropped out from under me. Well, that wipes out my whole month, people. Hey, Yasser. Well, that wipes me out. Wow. Okay. All right. So before I do anything, I'm going to export these trades to TraderView. That was a mess. All right. Yep. That was a big, big, big mess. All right. So I'm going to import this. Wow. Talk about having a rough day. That was really rough. And look at how fast that happened. That happened in a matter of seconds. Okay, so let's see. Wow. I can't even, honestly, I can't wrap my mind around it. That's a wow. Okay, so I'm going to have to switch to paper trading. I'm down way, way, way beyond my max loss. You guys are watching it live. All right, so let me it was really bad. I will show you guys in a second. That was really bad. Wow, I shouldn't be laughing. That was really, really bad. Okay, so let me, I'm going to log out and I'm going to log back in with paper trading first of all, because I'm honoring my promise to myself to stop. I will not revenge trade. I will not do anything stupid to try to get the money back. I'm going to accept the mistake. I made a mistake. All right, so first, let me just, I'm going to select paper money and I'm going to log in. Sorry, I want to log in off screen because so I can show my password so I can make sure I have the right password. Okay, and I'll show you guys in a second how bad it was. It was really bad. Wow. I'm like kind of in shock. Okay, 368. 17. You know how like you know people that have like experienced like trauma go through like denial and shock and then grief. I'm still in the shock stage. Okay, so this is simulated trading. Let's see. I guess it's my old watch list for simulated trading. Let me set this up. Let me try to put new gadget. I want to put the news up for you guys. And then I will show you what I did. Oh my God. One mistake wipes out. Are the trading gods punishing me for taking MACD off? Okay, so this doesn't really matter. None of this matters. Okay, so let me get my trader view. I am down. Oh, whoop. That's my checklist. Let me put that back over here. All right, sorry, I'm a little flustered. Okay, so I am down $739.43. So I took MACD off today after reading Andrew Aziz's book for the bull flag pullbacks. And I think the trading gods are punishing me for that. Yep. I think the trading gods are punishing me for that. I was trying something new and yeah, I won't be doing that again. Okay, so my paper trading setup is like my old setup. So this, I'm going to just kind of move things around a little bit. And this does have MACD on it. So let's see, what was that? That was AXIL. AXIL. Yeah, that was that was bad. Yeah, that kind of wipes me out. Okay, so for the month, that is definitely way beyond my max loss for the day. Okay. So let's see. Obviously for the week, that puts me in the red. For the month, that puts me well in the red for the month. Well, this is going to be an interesting recap. Made a lot of mistakes today. Well, okay. So my first two trades, I do think that taking the MACD might have been off because one of my viewers said the MACD was red when you made that trade. I think that's what they said. So that was definitely a mistake. And but I made a really dumb mistake that I did already last week or Monday, where I accidentally hit the buy button twice instead of the buy and the sell. So that I just went back to hotkeys and now I've made that mistake twice. So whatever I'm doing for my hotkeys is not working. So I'm going to have to change my hotkeys back to my old hotkeys because whatever I'm doing now, they're too close to each other. I was trying to be more efficient by having them next to each other and I accidentally hit buy when I meant to hit sell. That's the second time I've done that. And it cost me $550. So, okay. So that's one thing that I have to do. So I had two bull flag pullbacks and yeah, maybe make them separate muscle. That's, I think, because I used to have them further apart and I was thinking, okay, I will make them closer together so that it'll be more efficient. But it's happened twice and now it's cost me a lot of money. So I'm going to make them further apart. So let's see, I don't know if the hotkeys are set up the same on, I don't even know if I have hotkeys set up on this. This is completely different. Okay, so this is completely different. I don't even have my hotkeys set up on this. Okay, so I'm gonna change it up. All right, so buy on the ask. And sell on the bid. Will it let me do B? This hotkey is already assigned to be market. No, it won't. Okay, so I have to delete this one. None. All right. Oh, this isn't even really set up the way I like things set up. Okay, so let's see. Oh, and I didn't do a sell in the ask, which is what I want to do if it's going up. Whew. You guys are seeing learning in public. Oh, I'm so bummed out. You have no idea. I mean, yes, of course you do. You know how bummed out I am. I am so bummed out. All right. It's only 8:19 and I already like met my max loss in a terrible, terrible way. All right, let's see what else is popping up. MNTS. Let's get back to business. MNTS popped up, but the relative volume is low. Okay, so I can still continue trying to get these hotkeys set up on paper money because I've had to switch to paper money, guys. I am, and tomorrow I am going to be reducing my share size. Yep. Tomorrow I will be reducing my share size. All right, so let's see. Sell on the ask. So okay. Okay, so is K, sell bid is B, sell ask is B. Okay, so now they're separated. Hopefully this will solve that problem. Oh my God. All right. So let's see. That was a pretty eye-opening and rough morning. RDAC. All right, no news. I'm just curious what this is doing. Of course, yeah. This is the candle where I lost it right here. This red candle right here. Right here. What? Yep. MACD was green. I was looking for this breakout here. Right, it broke right above VWAP and then flushed. Yep. Broke above VWAP and then flushed. So I don't know. My big mess up, I think, is that I accidentally hit the buy button twice. Oh my God. It couldn't have been worse. It could not have been worse. I guess it could have been, but yeah. Could have been worse, right? I guess things can always be worse. But yes, this is where I lost it. Today's recap is going to be a real doozy, guys. All right, SAGT is popping back up. And yeah, I felt real naked flying without my MACD. I tried it. I didn't like it. I felt so naked without it. Whereas when I took the 20 EMA off my chart, I was like, whatever. I didn't even care. It felt like whatever. I mean, I put it back on, took it off, put it back on, took it off. I felt real naked without that MACD. So that's going back on, I think. I mean, the MACD was green here. That wasn't the problem. On my other two trades, I'll have to look and see. But, wow. Okay. This is the emotional part that, you know, we're human, we're going to make mistakes. Took the same trade, entered at 928, and then it flushed on me. Entered at 808 at 920, and then it flushed on you. Oh, yikes. Did you take a loss on that too, Yasser? I hope you didn't take as bad of a loss as I did. Yeah, it was like if I had hit sell when I hit the buy button again, it would have been way less bad. It's like such a stupid mistake, but oh, I'm so sorry that you took that trade. I mean, I don't think, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. See, this is why you got to start with paper trading. So, because, you know, that's so I'm so happy to hear that, you know, it was paper trading, but I think the entry was good. I think everything was pointing to a good entry. It had broken above VWAP, but oh, SAGT is on the move. So let's check this out. All right. Wow, it went up to 288. Was it TJ that was saying it's going to go up to 299? Look at that. It broke out. But see, this is where I missed having the MACD. I tried taking it off and it just felt like I was flying blind. I didn't like it. All right, so this is the high, but we've got a real topping tail here. Wow. It's crazy how one trade can wipe out your whole month. Like, I can't trade today because I hit my max loss. And what are the chances that I'm going to make $500 tomorrow? Like, it's not, because I'm going to be trading with reduced share size. So this is a red month. I guess the upside is that I won't owe taxes for this month. Right? That's the upside. I won't owe any taxes for this month. So it's like so annoying. Okay. So we've got a pullback. Now we're down to here. Oh, looks like the price is going up now. I don't know. SAGT has just felt like, so I made two, you can't see it on this chart because now I'm on paper trading, but when I was trading with real money, I made two trades on SAGT, right? Is that right? Yeah, two trades on SAGT, both red. And I think they were good entries. And I got out before my stop, but yeah. I mean, at this point, 3 red trades, I don't really have a hard like, oh, how many trades, but I hit my max loss and my max daily loss. I hit my max daily loss and I'm red on the month. So you know, yeah, that would be no more trading for me. It is so tempting to revenge trade, but I'm not going to do it. I think I'm past revenge trading on that level. Like I had 2 trades this month I think that were revenge trades. But I think I'm past, like now I'm at the point where I have that max daily loss and that will keep me from revenge trading or doing anything stupid. And just, that's where I'm at, right? This is the reality. You're watching all the stages of grief live on YouTube. Any thoughts on what you could avoid, what you could do to avoid the trade? Yeah, that's a good question. What could I have done? Well, yes, there are topping tails here. I think maybe I should have waited until there was a confirmation candle above VWAP. That's a great question, HG. I do think that's the one thing that I think is kind of eating at me when I look at it, is that I waited for it to pop right above VWAP, and maybe I should have waited for it to confirm a candle, like close above VWAP, and then wait for another pullback, in which case I would have completely avoided the trade. That's a good question. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Is it enough for it to just pop above VWAP, or should I have waited for the confirmation of a candle to close above VWAP? Is it? Did I miss that? Oh, I don't see it on here as easy to borrow. See, and I didn't check that. Wow, I made a bunch of mistakes today. Well, you can see that that is one of the things I missed. I missed that, okay? If AXIL is easy to borrow, I missed that as well. So I can't tell on paper trading. It's not showing that on paper trading. It's not showing hard to borrow or easy to borrow, presumably because you can't short. I guess you can't short on paper money. I don't know. So I'd have to log out and log back in as real money. Well, so that makes it kind of difficult paper trading, right? Because if that's on my checklist and I can't check that. Let's see. Is AXIL? Yeah, that makes it hard for me to paper trade things if that should be. Huh. Yeah, I guess I can't see it on the paper trading. Well, I made, okay, so my first two trades, I had break of a $0.50. You were watching Real Mistakes Live. That is for sure. Real Mistakes Live. Okay. KNRX. KNRX is popping up. Has an AI-powered optimizer. So everything looks good with that. Well, it seems like it has pretty good news. Let's see. Oh, this isn't linked. Okay, that's why. I'm like, wait a minute, that news doesn't match up. Okay, AI-powered optimizer. I used the website below to check. Oh, you don't check like on the broker. The website. Oh, I don't see the website. It hasn't popped up yet. Let's see. How can I check easy to borrow and... But doesn't it go by broker? Like each broker has their own criteria? Or... Analyze. Chart. Let's see. Yeah, because I think it goes broker by broker. Didn't we talk? I think we talked about this last week. All right, all-in-one trade ticket. Okay, I'm just looking up different websites for. Okay, so each broker has a different relationship with lending desks. Ah, okay, so this is why broker sites are different. This is why broker sites are different. It says because each broker has different relationships with lending desks. So yeah, I guess on paper money, I won't be able to see that. But if I go back into trading with real money, then I can see it. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to roll into acceptance right now. I'm going through the stages of grief. All right. So if you're just tuning in, I am trading with paper money because I hit my max daily loss. So I'm still going to trade till 10, but the recap today is going to be a bit of a bummer. I'm sorry. It's not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm just like laughing because I don't know what else to do. That just really is a kick in the ovaries, honestly. Okay. I had such a good experience trading on my trip. And I honestly thought I would be coming back to, a good trading situation. And yeah. So I'm going to be honest, I'm not loving the paper trading setup because the simulator, because it doesn't have the easy to borrow, hard to borrow. I find that very annoying, but I might be easily annoyed right now given my current situation. All right, so yeah, I don't know. It looks choppy to me. It doesn't look clean. KNRX below VWAP. AXIL. Yep, this is where it all happened right here, folks. That's where it went down. All right. It's 8:37. I am going to take a 5-minute break and I will be back and I will keep looking at the charts until 10, even though, things didn't go my way and I can't trade with real money for the rest of the morning. We'll just keep looking at charts and analyzing what comes up. And yeah, I'm not gonna freak out, but I'm gonna go take a break. And I will be back in about 5 minutes. All right, see you in a minute. Thank you. Thank you. I was muted. Okay. Wow, today is just a mess. All right. And again, more things I will be talking about in my travel recap. I'm going to do my daily recap after this, which is going to be a heck of a recap after such a terrible loss and a stupid mistake. And then dumb. And then I'm going to do my travel trading recap. So I will be talking about that as well and what I did right and what I did wrong. Travel trading. All right, so KNRX is pulling back and just tapped 9 EMA. And this is the top of the low candle now. Right here. Oops. And it looks like it's trying to break out. I'm looking for the volume confirmation. I'm going to try practicing the hotkeys in the paper trading simulator so I don't make this mistake again with real money. But it popped up a little and then it kind of rejected. Okay. So yeah. So what I might do, because obviously the hotkeys has been an issue. I've made this stupid mistake twice this week. Luckily on Monday, it was still a green trade, but today it cost me quite a bit of money. Quite a bit of money. So, and this is something that's fixable. So I know it was a really stupid mistake that cost me a lot of money, wiped out my day, wiped out my month. Oh, I still ain't quite moved into acceptance, the 5 stages of grief, okay? But it is fixable, right? This was a stupid mistake. I went back to hotkeys and I changed them from what I had before because I was trying to make it more efficient, but I think it did make it easier to screw up. So I'm going to practice the hotkeys in the simulator just so I can honestly get some practice doing it so I can get it right. So I might make some trades just for the sake of practicing it. So let's do that. All right. I'm not worrying about if things are right or wrong, or this is like separate from trying to get my indicators or anything. I'm literally just practicing the hotkeys. So I'm going to do, now why isn't it, oh, because I didn't click in the active trader window, which is again, something that's really annoying. Okay, so I'm clicked in the active trader window. It's buying. Okay, and then I'm selling. Did that work? Okay, so let's go back to my oh, wait. See, I'm already screwing it up. Okay. The spread on this is really strange. All right, I'm not used to doing this, and so let's go back to my hotkeys. All right. I need to set it up like I'm going to have it set up. Did I screw this up? All right, so none, none. By ask. I go back to my old hotkeys. I think they were working. Okay, so you're watching me figure it out in real time. Okay. Okay. And then okay. So yeah. Okay. So let's see. Buy, sell. I never buy on the bid. Does anybody buy on the bid? Oh, yeah, maybe. That's probably what it is. Okay, so let me apply settings. Yep, right here. Right there. Yep, that's probably what it is. So let me just get rid of this here. Cancel all. Okay, so let's go back to the hotkeys. All right. So I'm going to go back to my old hotkeys. Let's see what happens with my old hotkeys. Okay, and then okay. So I'm just going to practice, literally just to practice. All right, so I'm going to click in the active trader window. See if it picks up my order. Wow. It's not picking up my order. Have auto send. Huh. Let's see. Right here. Right. I usually have a good till canceled extended. Maybe extended is the right thing. I usually have good till canceled extended. It's not picking it up. Let's see. Nope. Let's see. Why isn't paper trading in thing or swim picking up my order to buy on the ask in pre-market. Let's see. I'm going to ask Google. It says, so it says if time in force is not set to extended, well, I tried good to extended. Let's see if that works. How to okay, so set TIF to extended, change time in force from day to extended, right? Use limit orders, check volume, sure the template button for TIF is set to extended. Yeah, I think I did all of that. All right, so cancel all. I guess I could, I can't trade again because I'm past my daily max loss. Let's see, with real money, I'm definitely not going to do that. So let's see. Wow, you're really watching me figure out things in real time. Yikes. All right. So let me take all these lines off. I'm getting confused with what's going on. All right. So I've got extended, auto send. Maybe it's the amount of volume that it has. So let's try something with more volume. So I want to buy on the ask. What is this? ETMM, like it's like weird. It's just kind of stuck here at the top of the ask. All right, so yeah, it says, okay, so I'm checking with Google. It said active high volume pre-market stock trading is typically not supported in paper money. I know I had this problem the other day. It wouldn't take my orders. So if I want to paper trade, yeah, delayed or no fills, especially for low volume stocks. Yeah, I think it's the, yeah, I mean, this is what happened to me the other day. It would only work during regular market hours. Okay, that's fine. So when it hits 9:30, I am going to practice with my hotkeys. Let's say, how many reps should I practice? Because I've made this mistake twice and I can't afford to make this mistake again. So let's say from 9:30 to at least 10, I'm going to be practicing with my hotkeys, just practice, right? Because I've made the mistake twice and it cost me a lot of money today, like a lot. I would have had a loss for that third trade and I would have been out, probably I would have been out trading for the rest of the morning anyway, but it would have been a lot less. Okay. And this is where dumb mistakes can cost you a lot. So when it hits 9:30 and the market opens, I'm going to be not worried about anything else other than practicing my hotkeys. Okay. Now, this is one of those days. Let's see, XTLB. XTLB. Someone suggested Interactive Traders Simulator, and I think I signed up for it the other day. Interactive Brokers. let's see. The problem is that I am then trading in Thinkorswim with real money. So I need to practice with what I'm actually doing. So XTLB, why does it say number of shares 0? That's weird, right? Biopharmaceuticals to acquire SAGT Bio, establishing a leading psychedelic biotechnology platform with advanced clinical pipeline. The flow, the relative volume, the gap. Wow, that all sounds really good. That all sounds excellent, actually. So let's take a look at this one. But the total volume, and I can't check easy to borrow, hard to borrow right now, but the total volume is under 500,000. But why? Why does it say 0 shares there? Is that weird? I'm starting to think paper money. Isn't really, it's, working. So when I traded with paper money, when I first started, I was only trading during the market open. I didn't trade pre-market. So I was practicing in paper money for the first couple of months from about February 2025 to July. However, I was only trading from 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 11 Eastern Standard Time. So I didn't have any of these problems during pre-market, and I was also trading a lot less. Like I would hop on and I wouldn't trade every day, and I would trade mostly 9:30 to 10 a.m. and then get off. It wasn't until July that I switched to real money, and I was still only trading during the market open. I hadn't traded pre-market. I didn't start trading pre-market until sometime in the fall. So this is my first, the times you've seen me trying to go on and trade with paper money pre-market, it's really the first time I did it pre-market. So that's why I'm like, oh, I didn't realize the features weren't there. Also, to be fair, last year when I started with paper money during market hours, I really didn't know what I was doing. So I think now I'm a little bit more annoyed by the limitations, whereas at the time I didn't even recognize the limitations. So XTLB is popping up. And let's see. Is there resistance on the daily chart? Oh, that's interesting. It gapped up here and it looks really, it's like trending sideways on the daily chart. Huh. So this is like above the high. This is like blue sky, but it's got a real high topping tail. Now, this is a potential bull flag pole forming. So I'm going to look at this. I'm going to watch this form. I mean, we are above VWAP. Yep. Okay. But it's really hesitating here. And we've got this long topping tail. So, and look at this big red candle. I don't love that. And, but the MACD is green. Yeah, see, I really missed having the MACD on my chart earlier. I was experimenting with leaving it off, but I think I'm going to leave it on and recognize that it is a lagging indicator. SAGT hit 3. It did hit 3. TJ, are you back on? You predicted it. All right. So this is a nice pull. I'm looking for a pullback on that. I think I like that better than XTLB. I still don't understand why there aren't any shares here. Very strange. SAGT, wow, it hit $3. Okay. There is a window back here to 624 for last May. So there's potential for this to keep going up. And if you look at it, it's just making a steady climb, right? Look at this. It tapped VWAP here, came up, almost came back to VWAP, came up, almost came back to VWAP. Now it's extended. And it's starting to pull back. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one for a bull flag pullback. I know I can't actually trade it, but I'm going to look for it. Okay, I'm still going to keep looking for setups. I don't know if this is a real pullback or a micro pullback. Yep, so that was more of a micro pullback. But look. Oh, wow. See, this makes no sense to me. Look at this. The volume bars aren't mirroring what's happening with the price action. That makes me nervous. Yeah, so this was a micro pullback kind of, and then it popped back up. But still, this candle here isn't even close to this candle in terms of volume yet, but the price has gone up. High of day, $3.23. XTLB is making a move up. A lot of topping tails, though. SGAT looks a little bit cleaner, more predictable. Wow, look at this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So KNRX, I'm taking that off the list. RDAC, I'm taking that off the list. They're below VWAP. SGAT is making the move. So is XTLB. SAGT. Yeah, I'm super bummed that I can't use paper money pre-market because most of my trading is pre-market. XTLB. Wow. Okay. We've got two stock, but I still don't understand this whole shares missing here. They sign an agreement to acquire. Financial terms undisclosed. Okay. SAGT, this is a real pullback forming. So we've got a high at 328. We've got 315. And a low around 306. Oh, it's tapping the 9 EMA. Kind of gone below the 9 EMA. So this could end up being a pullback on the 5-minute. Nope. So here my profit loss ratio is not ideal. I've got about 14 cents here and a little bit more here, 16 cents. So I want it to be at least 1-to-1 on a bull flag pullback. That's what I'm looking at now. I'm looking at 1-to-1 profit ratio. Because if I'm risking 16 cents, I want to have the potential to make at least 16 cents. Any chance that there's a stock out there that has the potential to make $500 right now? Can't believe I'm down so much. Oh, that hurts so much, guys. Ugh. Okay, so this is the top of the low candle. you know why it hurts so much? Because it was my stupidity. That's why it hurts. I mean, it still hurts even if it's out of my control, but this was something 100% in my control. That's what hurts so much, is that it was just sheer stupidity on my part. Fixable, controllable. All right, so this profit loss ratio looks good to me. It's below the 9 EMA, but it's still well above VWAP. So this I like. If I could trade right now, I would I would be looking for it to break over 307 and then get in for a high of 329. This looks really good to me. So I want to see this volume candle go up. Oh, this is nice, but can't trade. You know what? This is my punishment for making such a stupid mistake. I have to now watch other good trades pop up. And this is a fixable mistake. So what I need to do is fix it. All right, now this is the top of the low candle. Here, this is an even better profit loss ratio. So it's popping up above 304, but I don't see this volume bar going up enough. I'm hoping it pops up a little bit more. I'm stress eating pistachios. All right, see, I would get in here. I would. What's your stress eating food? Right now I'm stress eating pistachios. I would get in here at 305-ish. Now, is this a false breakout? It looks like things are slowing down. Where are my exit indicators? Price hesitation, top wicks, indecision candles, failure to make a new high, red on the tape. It's green on the tape. 306, 307, 305, 306, 306, 305. I don't understand what all this BS is here on the paper trading. This is like confusing to me. So I'm looking at this here, 304. So I'm not, I guess this would come under price hesitation, and then I would try to sell it. I would have gotten in, but I would see price not moving up. It's not moving up. It's just kind of hovering. I would be looking to get out at break even, I guess. Speeds of trade slowing. Big sellers stacking on the ask. I don't see big sellers on the ask. Yeah, I would get out here. So oh, chocolate covered cashews. That sounds so good. I like pistachios, but macadamia nuts. I can't even keep them in the house. I'll just eat the whole bag. But chocolate covered anything, right? Like, you put chocolate on it, it's good. Yeah, so it would have been correct for me to get out. If I had got in at, say, 305, well, now I would have to get out because it would have hit my stop, but it would have been correct to get out because the price hesitated and try to get out at break even. I don't know, today seems like kind of a mess. I know I made a big mistake, but like if you take that one terrible, stupid mistake out of it and you look at the rest of my trading, it still would have been a red day. And I didn't make any crazy, stupid mistakes other than that. It's crazy how quickly things can go wrong. So today is a mixed cautious session. Yep. Yep. That tracks. That most certainly tracks, guys. Okay. So rough markets lately. I think so. I mean, I'm looking at other big traders who are on YouTube. You know, I'm a baby trader, brand new. I'm just sharing my journey. You know, that's what I'm doing. But when you look at really big experienced traders, like I follow Ross Cameron, he's been having a really rough time. I'm like, if Ross is having a rough time, then, you know, it's not crazy that the rest of us are having a rough time. It's a sanity check, you know? I'm curious what other big traders you guys follow. Like, he's the main one that I follow. I took all his classes. I follow a lot of his philosophy. XL, XTLB, consolidating sideways, kind of around this 375 mark. If I were trading with real money, which I'm not going to trade with real money because what? I'm past my max daily loss. That's to keep me from making any more dumb mistakes. This to me looks kind of like a bit of a flat top breakout. You know, someone mentioned trend lines. I really don't use trend lines anymore. I used to use them a lot more, but like here, you know, you could see here, you know, you want to capture at least 2 points. So when I was using trend lines more, I would look for the price to pop up above the trend, the downward trend line, right? But I tend to use now more horizontal price points because right, we do. I mean, if someone claims to never make a mistake, then they're not telling you the whole truth, right? You know? I mean, if this were easy, everyone would do it. And we're not everyone. We're different. We're here. We're day trading. All right. So let's see. SAGT popping back up. But you know, the MACD's red, which I took off my chart earlier, and I'm going to put it back on for tomorrow, but it made me too stressed out. I don't know. I feel like this might be the backside of the move, not just because the MACD is red, but you know, you can see the overall trend, right? It started stepping up. It's kind of consolidating sideways. I'm wondering if at the market open, it might try to pop up. But with things the way they are today, oh. Oh no. That's too bad. Huh. Well, I think we have to paper trade, right? I mean, that's the way you start out, right? Well, that's too bad. Isn't the whole point of us sharing information and community? Like I want to hear what you guys are doing. I'm sure that's why you're tuning in to see what I'm doing, right? It's like otherwise this is like pretty lonely endeavor if you don't connect with other people that are trading, and I feel like it's really important to hear what other people are doing. What works for one person may not work for another person, but just hearing how other people are doing it is valuable because every path leads to the top of the mountain. So there's more than one way to get there. Well, if you want to post your paper trading results here, I would love that. I want to see what you're doing. I want to learn. You know, I'm putting my learning out there in public. You'll be getting my whole lesson today in my recap. Hey, James, good morning. Thank you. Oh, James, just to keep you in the loop, I'm paper trading because I hit my max daily loss. Something that was very avoidable. And I will be going over it extensively in my recap. So I did this for the second time this week. I hit the buy hotkey instead of the sell hotkey, and it cost me $500. So what I'm going to be doing is between 9:30 and 10 right now I'm on paper money. I'm going to be practicing my hotkeys and not worrying about the money or anything else. I'm going to isolate that skill. And I had changed my hotkeys to, I thought it would be more like, it would be faster to have my hotkeys closer together. Well, twice I hit buy instead of sell. So I put my hotkeys back to what they used to be. I'm going to practice that between 9:30 and 10. I'll do that live. And then tomorrow when I come back to start trading, I will reduce my share size and I will trade with my new old hotkeys. So yeah, it was a bit of a mess. You'll see if you watch my recap. But I am glad to be home, and I'm also going to do a traveling and trading recap. I actually had a really good experience trading, traveling, but there are a lot of things that I would do again and a lot of things that I wouldn't. And some of those ideas I'm bringing home to my home trading station. And like I said, I'll go over that more. It was very tragic. Thank you. It was so avoidable. But the good news is that it's fixable. Like some mistakes are not, are out of our control, or we don't know what we don't know. I can clearly see what I did wrong, and it is fixable. So that's the good news. So in the long term, in the short term, this hurts, but what's the opportunity? I made a big mistake today, but there's an opportunity, and the opportunity is to fix it, right? Yeah, that's the opportunity. So when the market opens, I will not be looking for good trades. I'm literally going to isolate that one thing, which is practicing my hotkeys. And I'm just going to buy and sell using the hotkeys until I get really comfortable. And I'll just keep doing that. And maybe what I'll do is, oh, James, I'm so sorry. Big red day. Yuck. That stinks. Yeah, I mean, I am, let's see, my loss today, I'm actually down $700. Oh, that really hurts. So my loss is, I can't remember my starting point, but I'll give you a rough estimate. Yeah, I'm at almost 3%. So I am well over my, yeah, I'm well over. Yeah, I'm at 3%. I'm down 3%. Don't cry for me. It's my own fault. Well, I'm right there with you because it was my fault too. I've had no trades today. Also, yesterday, no trades. Well, I think Aligos, I think you might be way ahead of me by not taking any trades. Sometimes no trades is the best trading day. I was just saying earlier, like, I think sometimes traders feel that pressure, like I have to do something, but there's so much else we can be doing. Analyzing our past trades, improving things that we need to work on, looking for others, analyzing the stocks that are popping up. So, no trades is better than red trades, but yeah, James, I hear you. This is like 100% my fault. I would have had a red day anyway, but I'm not sure 100% that the red day would have been my fault. But the one mistake that I made that cost me like $500, that is my fault. Hitting the wrong hotkey twice. I did it Monday and I did it today. That's just insane. Yeah. So my fault. But like I said, there's a difference between something that we do wrong that is not fixable and something that is fixable. And the problem is, if we do something wrong and we're not aware that we did something wrong, which for all of us new traders, that might happen a lot. Like I look back at my trading last year and I'm like, oh man, if I had only known A, B, and C. So we don't know what we don't know. Well, this one was a mistake that I made that I knew right away it was a mistake. So the good news is that that's fixable. It is fixable. So I will be practicing that. I'm on paper trading right now because I can't trade in my real account because I'm down way past my max daily loss. And now I'm red for the month. So I'm going to fix this problem. I'm going to practice. I'm in the simulator. I'm going to practice just the hotkeys from 9:30 to 10. Okay. So those are the two kinds of things we do wrong. The ones we know what we did wrong and the ones where we don't. And if we don't know what we did wrong, hindsight, of course, is 2020. Maybe eventually we'll figure it out. The other kind, this is one where I did know, and it was just, I made a mistake. So just so you guys know, this is live. Learning in public. I'm making all my worst mistakes right here for you. Hopefully, then you won't make those mistakes, right? And hopefully, as I improve, I'll probably just discover more mistakes. All right. So SAGT, I don't know. I think it's consolidating sideways right at this level, and the MACD is red. XTLB, it's kind of dipping down into red territory as well. I'm looking on the top gainer scanner. I don't know. Is there anything that you guys are looking at particularly going into the open? I mean, for me, I'm not trading with real money right now, so. All right, we're almost there. So just so you guys know, I'm not trading with real money. You're going to see me hitting the hotkeys like crazy for the next half hour, okay? I'm not worrying about anything else except practicing my hotkeys. All right, I'm isolating one very specific skill, which is I separated my hotkeys. I had them too close together, which resulted in me hitting the buy hotkey when I meant to hit the sell hotkey. I did this twice this week. So I've changed my hotkeys. So I'm going to be just practicing that. So don't panic when you see me buying and selling crazy things. Let me just check the hotkeys to make sure I've got it written down correctly. All right. I've got them enabled, right? Enabled. So I've got buy and sell for market, buy and sell for the ask, and sell for the bid. All right. So when the bell goes off, I'm going to be doing some wacko buying and selling. Don't panic. I'm not using real money, okay? You're going to be like, what is she doing? All right, so I'm going to nail this in. This will not happen to me again, okay? I've made the same dumb mistake twice in 1 week, and I don't like that at all. Okay, so I'm just going to practice. Put it in day. Click in the active trader window. So I'm going to buy. It's not picking up my order. Why is that? Why is it not picking up my order? Okay, so if I click buy ask, does it? No, it's a huge delay. So, no, that's, here we go. Okay, so it did pick it up. Let me get rid of this. I can't tell what. Maybe I have to do that. No, what is that? Oh, interesting. We have failed to deliver your orders. Cancel order to the Thinkorswim system electronically because of some internet or server problems. Please contact the trade desk to confirm the status of this order. Is that what happened yesterday? I was on. Those are the two that I have been watching as well, James. So right now, I'm in XLTB. So now I'm going to practice getting out. Okay, so there's such a delay with paper trading. Okay. So let me try. Okay, so you have to have day on for markets. So let's see. Let me put. Okay, and then sell. Okay, and then buy in the ask. And then sell in the ask. I know it's crazy. I'm just practicing the hotkeys, guys. Okay, so it got out. So buy in the ask. Picked up the order, right? No, not yet. There's my order on the bid. Didn't pick it up. So what do I have for hotkeys for cancel? Application settings, hotkeys. All right, so it picked it up. Cancel all. I'm going to put like what I used to have. Okay, so now I'm in it. I'm going to click sell in the bid. Okay, now I'm going to sell on the ask. I mean, buy on the ask. Okay, and then I'm going to sell in the bid. Okay, I'm going to buy on the ask. Just practicing hotkeys. Right? If you're trying to practice something new, just use paper trading. So my order is still sitting there. I tried to buy on the ask. I don't know. I seem to be doing better just randomly clicking buy and sell than I did trying to trade with real money today. That's a little sad. All right. It didn't pick up my order yet, so I'm going to cancel. Okay. Buy on the ask. Still not picking up my order to buy. So I'm going to cancel. It canceled it. Okay, I'm going to buy on the ask again, see if it picks up my order. It didn't. So cancel. So I'm just practicing skills here. All right, let's try again. Let's see. Okay, it caught the order. Okay, so now the price is going up, so I'm going to sell on the ask. I'm literally doing better just randomly clicking buttons. That's so terrifying. Random chance is out trading me. Okay, so that's so terrifying. Let's see. I don't even know if it's keeping track of the funds, or I don't even know how that works. Okay, so it's going up. I'm going to buy on the ask. Okay, it picked up my order. I'm going to sell on the ask. Nope. So I'm going to cancel and sell in the bid. Can I do that? Okay. I'm out trading myself from earlier. My God. With literally just randomly hitting buttons. All right. Okay. Now market, I'm going to buy a market order and I'm going to sell a market order. Okay, that's quick because it's at whatever price, right? Just whatever price it's going to give you, that's easy. So if you want to use market orders, paper trading is going to work. All right, so let's say buy on the ask. And I'm going to sell on the ask. Is it going to pick up my order? Oh, wait, almost. I literally am green, just randomly. This is so frustrating. However, I'm practicing this is working so much better, guys. I never buy on the bid. But all right, let's go to a cleaner chart. Let's see, SAGT. All right, this is what happens when you make a mistake. You know, of course, we all want to panic. I thought I was going to have a heart attack when I saw the price dropping on AXIL so quickly, and I realized that I was going to have a catastrophic red day. However, oops, I have to be clicked into the active trader window. However, okay, I'm buying on the ask, and I'm going to sell on the ask. Will it pick up my order? It did. Okay. Now I'm going to buy on the ask, and it's going down, so I'm going to sell in the bid. Okay. So now it seems to be really like picking up the orders. Maybe it's the volume on the stock. So I'm going to buy on the ask. And sell in the bid. This is what I should have done, honestly, when, oh man, this is going to be a heck of a recap today, because this is what I should have done when I went back to hotkeys. Should have practiced like this. Let's see, what other stocks are popping up? MNTS, but the volume's not there. Clearwater, what's CLW? Nope, but the gap's not there. Let's just stick with what we're working on. Okay, so click in the active trader window, buy in the ask, gonna sell on the ask. Okay, buy in the ask. I'm gonna sell on the ask. Didn't catch my order. I'm gonna cancel it. I'm gonna sell in the bid. I have yet to practice use hotkeys. So I was using them in the beginning. Then I used the buttons here, and I felt like that was slowing me down. But when I went back to hotkeys, I didn't practice in the simulator first. And I also, because I thought, oh, I did it before and it worked really well. And then the other piece was that I changed the hotkeys to make them closer together, so that I thought, oh, that'll make it easier. It'll be faster. Yeah, it was so fast that I clicked the wrong button, okay, without thinking. Someone said muscle memory. That 100% was a problem for me. RNTX. Nope, the gap's not there. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what I'm trading on. I'm just practicing. So I'm going to buy in the ask, and then I'm going to sell. Did it work? Nope. Didn't catch my order, so I'm going to click X. It's not catching it. So there we go. So what I'm doing is I'm buying on the ask. If the price is going up, I'm trying to sell on the ask. If the price is going down, I'm trying to sell on the bid. If it doesn't catch my order, I'm going to cancel and then give it another try. I don't really use market orders, but I've got it on here. So that's a market order. And now I'm selling the market order. So please learn from my mistake, guys, and practice in a simulator before you try using hotkeys with real money. So I'm going to buy in the ask. I'm going to, right now I'm looking at it, trying to sell on the ask. There's a lot of orders in front of mine. See, look, 6,000, and see, it didn't catch it, right? See that? It didn't catch it because there are all these orders ahead of mine. All these orders are ahead of mine. So I'm going to cancel and sell on the bid. Okay. So let's see if we can find one that's moving up. Doesn't matter if it meets my, oh, and there's a delay too. It doesn't matter if it meets my criteria for stock selection. All right. Let's look. We're on a bull flag here. So with Thinkorswim specifically, I would say if you're going to practice with in the simulator, the best time to do it is because it won't pick up the orders before the open. I've tried multiple times lately. When I first started trading and I was using a simulator, I was only trading after the market opened, so I didn't know that. But I would say, you know, practice after 9:30 Eastern Standard Time and really practice. So right now I'm practicing my hotkeys and I'm just trying to pick things that have a lot of movement. XTLB fell off my list for some reason. I'm just trying to pick things with a lot of movement so I can practice. We're below VWAP. I would never actually trade this, but I'm just practicing. Okay, so I have to be clicked in the active trader window. I'm going to buy on the, you'll be prohibited in opening position. Okay, let's try this again. Huh. I don't know what that means. So I'm in here, right? I'm trying to buy on the ask. You'll open a prohibited position with BP illegal. Minus 500 shares. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Alt, oh, I'm gonna see if I can see what that means. Ah, hold on. I can't copy that. Let's see. Why is I'm going to ask what that means. Position in Thinkorswim. Okay. I'm going to see why it means that my order is restricted due to risk management, such as a 75. So maybe I'm out of settled funds. I don't understand how that works in paper trading, to be honest. Let me see. Am I restricted in everything? Nope. So right now I bought on the ask. This is definitely slower moving. Okay, much slower moving. Did it go through? It did, but I don't see. That's really weird. Okay, so let me try that. I put an order on the ask. It's not picking up my order. Now it did. It picked up my order. Okay, so now I'm in. So now I'm either going to sell on the ask or sell on the bid. So I'm going to sell on the ask because it looks like the price is above. It's not picking up my order though. Oh, it just did. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a delay. Definitely a delay. for sure. All right, let's try a few more times. So we're going to buy on the ask. It's not picking up my order. There's orders ahead of it. I mean, there's a lot of volume going on here. There are big orders ahead of it. Look, 5,000. It's not picking up my order. So I'm going to cancel. Okay, so it canceled the order. I'm going to try to get another order on the ask. Okay, now I'm in. So I'm going to either sell on the bid or sell on the ask. So the price is dropping. Oh, wait, it's kind of popping up. I'm going to sell on the ask. But it's not picking up my order. But, okay, look, there's orders ahead of mine, and now it just picked up my order to sell. So I'm kind of getting used to the rhythm of the hotkeys in paper trading. Let's see, what else? So yeah, the market orders are easy. Picked it up. So it doesn't immediately show on here. Okay, there's definitely a delay. Buy on the ask. Now I'm looking at buy in the ask or sell on the bid. I'm going to sell on the bid because there's orders ahead of me on the ask here, even though I tried to sell on the bid. Cancel, sell on the bid. I'm going to try again. Okay. It picked it up. Okay, so for those of you tuning in, I'm on paper money and I am practicing with my hotkeys. I'm not doing anything else. Okay? Don't panic. Looking at my chart. I had a max daily loss today, and so I had to switch to paper money for the rest of my trading session. And once the market opened at 9:30, I decided to use the time to practice hotkeys because that is what I screwed up today, and that's what cost me a massive red day. Okay? Big mistake. I'm working on fixing it right this moment. So I'm practicing my hotkeys. I had them too close together, and I accidentally hit twice this week. I hit buy when I meant to hit sell. Monday, there was no damage. Today, there was massive damage. Okay, that mistake cost me a lot. So I am practicing relentlessly. Okay, so I have another 7 minutes of practice. And I really recommend that you guys do this as well. In the simulator, this is where we can practice all kinds of stuff. See, it's not picking up my order, so I'm going to cancel. And then I'm going to sell in the bid. There we go. So I'm getting into the groove. So I had hotkeys before. I felt like I was getting annoyed because in Thinkorswim, you have to click in the active trader window. So I thought, well, if I have to click in the active trader window, I might as well just use the radio buttons here. But recently, I felt like that really slowed me down. So I wanted to go back to using hotkeys. However, I changed the hotkeys from what I used to use to something different because I wanted the keys to be closer together, thinking that would make me faster. Well, twice this week I hit buy instead of sell, and it cost me big today. Dumb mistake, but fixable. Okay, this is fixable. So I'm practicing. I have 5 more minutes of practice. So I'm going to just keep practicing with the hotkeys. So oh, see, I didn't click in the active trader window, which is what annoyed me before. Market buy, market sell. Buy on the ask, and sell on the bid. So I'm getting the hang of it. Buy in the ask, sell on the ask, but it's not picking it up. There's a lot of orders ahead of me. See that? I'm on the ask right now. But it took my order. So listen, when I hit if I hit my max daily loss, I just switched to paper trading. I'm not gonna, of course my instinct is to cry, shut everything down, storm off, panic. But that doesn't help me get better. So, and I'm getting better at this. I will get better at this. I will. So, and I've committed to putting my mistakes out there for you guys to see. So I'm going to get better. All right. So let's see. Buy in the ask, sell in the bid, buy in the ask, sell in the bid. Because if I see that it's red, buy in the ask, sell in the bid, buy in the ask, sell in the ask, which makes no sense because it's going down. So cancel, sell in the bid. There we go. Now I'm getting the groove of it again. All right. I'm using my old hotkeys for the most part, what I used to use before. So market, sell, buy on the ask, sell on the ask. There you go. So my plan is 99% of the time, I'm going to buy on the ask, and I'm going to sell on the bid if the price is dropping and sell on the ask if the price is going up. That's my plan. If I need to bail, I'll sell on the bid. But the way I had my hotkeys set up, yes, they were closer together, which in theory should be faster. But my brain clearly was getting wires confused because Monday and today I clicked buy again instead of sell when I meant to click sell. Monday, no damage. Today, maximum damage. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think hotkeys are the perfect solution. Honestly, I like the slower pace of using the radio buttons, but I felt like I was getting stuck in bad positions. So I'm gonna try hotkeys again. I mean, again, this is a process of like what works for you might not work for me. I might go back to the radio buttons if this isn't working. So I'm just gonna, really try buy on the ask. So now I'm gonna look and sell on the ask. I think for me, it's really going to be a matter of, so now look, it's not catching my order. So I'm going to cancel and sell on the bid. There we go. So I think for me, a lot of it is going to be just kind of, yeah, I mean, I think different things are going to work for different people. And I'm not 100% sure what's working for me right now. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Today was a bad day for me as far as profit and loss goes. So stay tuned for the recap. I'm going to talk a lot about what I did wrong and what I'm doing to fix that going forward. And then I'm also going to do a travel trading recap. So, you know, stay tuned. This is learning in public. All right, guys. Trade smart, and I will definitely see